guys, it's Loves to Loom here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create the really cute in the loop bracelet on the rainbow loom. This was a hook only designed by Loomy Mama on Instagram, but I did manage to work it out on the loom so it can be a little bit more accessible to viewers. So I think this is a super cute design. If you are looking for the hook version, you can also find that on my channel. But this does take, I would say, less than 100 bands to create. This one here I used the Sweets bands from rainbowloom.com, and I think they look super cute. And then these are the silicone. So without wasting any more of your time, let's go ahead and get started. To make this bracelet, you will need to have 2 bar pins. You want them set up so that there's nothing in the middle, and I like them far apart like this for the tension it gives. You also need 1 C-clip and your hook. So the first color that I'm going to lay will be the inner color, which is the clear glitter in this one. It kind of runs in between the patterns. I'm going to use silicone silver from rainbowloom.com. We're going to apply that first one on like an infinity sign or a figure 8. Push it down a little bit. We're going to grab 2 more bands of that same color, and we'll just stretch them straight across without any twisting. You want to make sure that they're not overlapping and in the proper order. So now we're simply just going to loop the bottom band on each side, up and over, creating that cat band, like so. Push them down, and just keep them nice and straight. So now we're going to start adding our color bands on, our outside bands. I'm going to use blue silicone. We're going to lay 2 per section, per side. And we'll only loop one side at a time. So I'm going to lay my first blue band. And I'll start my looping on the left pin. We're only going to bring up the very bottom band and just bring it up into the center. You want to push that down just a little bit, and we're going to add on our second blue for the left side. We're going to bring up the bottom band on the left pin again only, like so. Push that down some, and now we're going to transfer the 2 top blue bands that are on the right pin. We're going to reattach them to the left. Just bring it over. I like to do one at a time because you do not want them getting twisted. You want them to stay in the order they're in. So now we can start on our right side. So I'm going to grab my first blue that would be for the right. We're going to bring up only the bottom band on the right pin. Now you can add your second blue band on for the right pin. Once again, we're bringing up only the bottom band on the right side. And just like we did on the left, we now need to bring the top 2 bands and reattach them over here onto the right side. You can do them both at once if you'd like. Just, like I said, make sure they stay in their order. So now we have 4 bands on each pin here. We're going to push them down a little bit. And now we are going to grab our inner band. So that's silver for me. Place that on. And now we're going to go ahead and bring up, Now we're going to go ahead and bring up the 2 top bands and then the very bottom band. So 3 bands we're going to be bringing up. So I'll start over here on my right. So 1, 2, that was my top 2. And you want them laying in the order that you bring them over. And then grab the very bottom and bring that up as well. Repeat on the left one. You can grab the top 2 at the same time if you want, like that. And then now we need to grab just that very bottom band, like so. We need to grab, counting from the pin, the second band. So here's our first one, here's the second. Counting from this pin, it would be this one here. So we need to reattach those onto the pins, but you want it to go under the silver that's on the pin. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to grab the second band from the pin, pull it over, and then I'm going to bring it down so that it's sitting under that silver one. Doing the same on the left side, pulling it over the pin and just bringing it down, because you want both of those blues to be together. Alrighty, so now you can push the silver down just a little so that we have room to add our next band on. So now I'm going to add on my next color. This is kind of like the start of a new section. So adding on my first white, we'll start looping on the left pin first. So I'm going to bring over the 2 bottom bands. So both of those blues are going to come up. Push it down a little because now we need to add our second white for the left side. So now we're going to bring up only 1 bottom band on the left side. So now we need to close that off. So I'm going to grab the top 2 whites that are on the right here, and we're going to bring them over and reattach them to the left pin. Like so. So now we can start working on the right side, doing the same thing. So grabbing my first white for the right side, bringing up the 2 bottom blue bands, push it down a little. Now we can add our second white on for the right side. Bring up the bottom band only on the right. And now we can close that off, grabbing the 2 top bands from the left and bringing them over to the right. So every time you have the 4 bands back on their pins like that, you know it's time for your inner band to go on. So stretch across your silver. And this is where we're going to loop up the 3 bands on each side. So it's the top 2. Make sure you're only grabbing 2 of them. Bring those up. And then grab the bottom and bring that up. Repeat on the left, grabbing the top 2. And then the very bottom. Like so. So we have to grab the second band from the pin, so it would be the center one. We're going to reattach it on like so, making sure that it's sitting under the silver. Do the same on this side, grabbing the center band, pulling it over like so. So push everything down a little bit so that you can start adding your next section. So now I'm actually going back to my blue, so it's kind of starting a new section again. That would be band 1 for the left side, grabbing the 2 bottoms, bringing those up, adding my second blue for the left side, bringing up the bottom band only on the left, now we're going to close that off, so I need to grab the 2 top bands over here and bring them over to the left pin. And now we can do the same on the right, starting with my first blue. I'm going to bring up the 2 bottom bands. Now you can add your second blue on for the right side and bring up the bottom band. We can close that off now. So bring the top bands back over to the right pin and reattach it. And now we can add our inner band. So we're going to bring up the 2 top bands and the very bottom band. Do the same on the left, grabbing the 2 top bands and the very bottom. We have to reattach the second band on each side. Just make sure you're not pulling that first one on with it. You can see it wants to pull a little bit. Like so. And now it would be time to start our next section again already. So that is what you do. I'm just going to go ahead and go through the motions. I won't keep explaining it. Alrighty, so that is how you make this super cute in the loop bracelet on the loom. So once you're at the point where you're ready to start your next color, so you should have your silver or inner band on top and then the two on the bottom, we will grab another inner band and we would lay it straight across like so. And then we're going to be bringing up everything underneath that band we just laid. So I start with grabbing the bottom two and I bring them up on each side. Then you might just want to pull it down a little to tighten everything up. And then now we will bring up the bottom silver on each side. I prefer the silver to try to stay on the outside of those bands, but sometimes they want to fall in. So now all you do is combine these together. You could also just grab them with your hook, and that is where we will attach our C-clip. So I'm just going to pick it up with my hook, and of course that is where you would attach your C-clip right there. So hopefully that was enough instructions for you guys to be able to make this super cute in the loop bracelet on the loom. Remember, this was originally designed by Loomy Mama. It was a hook only design, and I just worked it out on the loom for us so we could have more, so it could be more accessible to our viewers. So we definitely hope you guys like it, and if you do, please hit that like button below. And if you make this, don't forget to tag Loomy Mama and myself loves to loom on Instagram. We'd love to see it. So I do appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you all at my next video. Thanks so much. Bye.